Hello. For today's topic, I chose partially internet challenges and kind of how they can be dangerous. So, I wrote something that was about 972 words, and basically describing the topic and how you can, how these can affect people and how it can just be seen as a joke. Because usually they are for a joke. However, in some cases in the past, um, people have not taken as that joke and actually went through with the challenge and gotten themselves injured or possibly killed. Now, for today's topic, I chose Nyquil chicken because it's a recent trend. Well, recent in quotation marks because actually the video came out much earlier. Well, actually, it was first referenced in Reddit when someone posted a picture and said, calling it as a joke, saying it was like sleepy time chicken or basically the last meal, right? Because it's obvious that you shouldn't eat, you shouldn't consume NyQuil in large amounts. Then a TikToker filmed it. Obviously, it had a lot of satire in it, and he kept mentioning, like in the video, he said you should cook the chicken for 5 minutes, which is obviously a joke. If you know how to cook chicken, then you know that you're not supposed to cook chicken for 5 minutes. And that was the first really video on NyQuil chicken. And then around a few years ago, maybe a few months ago, someone reacted to this video, and since then it's kind of blown up on TikTok. And people obviously took it as a joke. However, on the news and on some blogs, people were concerned that it wasn't, and it might be something like the Benadryl challenge. For those of you who know the Benadryl challenge, it's basically where teenagers took some Benadryl and would have hallucinations through some of the drugs in the Benadryl, which some of them had to be hospitalized and some of them got killed. Very few, but definitely very dangerous. So, the man was cooking it for his sick wife, and he used a whole bottle, but you see, some people just didn't take it as a joke, and like I mentioned before, they said that he was promoting doing this activity, which was not true. He never said you should do it, and he was using irony and satire. And the videos that they used of the audio, they took the original video, but they didn't add audio, so kind of misled them. Also, they kind of made a big deal, which I understand. It is important to address, and this is a serious topic, but also, yeah, but they also said like the FDA made sure to announce to the news that they should mention this, which wasn't true. The FDA, however, did release a statement. If you go to their website, I have it cited in my document, then you can read the site or blog where it's described in details that you shouldn't do or beware of challenges involving medicines, and how they took this NyQuil chicken as an example, and they said that if you do take it, then you should contact a poison control center for help immediately, or a ambulance. I also made sure to read another site because you may not know how dangerous NyQuil really can be. So we have a few dangerous components in this whole mess. First of all, there's the cooking of chicken for 5 minutes. That's a problem on its own because raw chicken has bacteria. And if you just dump the NyQuil on it, it mixes, right? The bacteria gets transferred to the NyQuil. That's a problem. But not only that, have you ever read what's in NyQuil? They have some serious stuff in there, like acetaminophen. It's a pain relief drug that in large doses can cause liver damage or even death. Another one, dextromethorphan, is a cough suppressant that in large quantities can cause agitation of the skin, heart palpitations, and hallucinations. It also affects the serotonin levels in the body, which in an event of an overdose can lead to serotonin syndrome, which is life-threatening. So not only that, you have two drugs already that can potentially kill you in large doses. There are two more. There's doxylamine, which is an antihistamine that can cause sleepiness, a rapid heart rate, and dizziness if taken in high amounts. So that also kind of contributes with dextromethorphan, dextromethorphan, something like that. Phenylephrine is a decongestant, meaning it just kind of helps with the sinuses to clear it all up. And it's often used in cold and cough medicines, like Nyquil, which in high doses constricts the blood vessel, leading to headaches, high blood pressure, and heart attacks. So yeah, not only do you have the bacteria, you have 4 or 3 drugs within the medicine that can kill you as well. But not only that, it has alcohol in it. So if you heat it up, the alcohol evaporates, making the concentration of active ingredients higher and just making it more potent, potentially. They haven't really figured this out, but they said scientists, or it's clear that that could be a side effect. So not only that, you don't even have to use the whole bottle. You can just get a little bit of it and it can already be enough. But yeah, so we know heating it up makes concentration of potent ingredients higher, but there's also another thing. Notice how I said vaporize? So when it evaporates, there's steam that comes up. If you inhale that, that's dangerous as well. Now remember, there's a high concentration in the steam as well. So breathing it in is dangerous on its own. But yeah, those are the dangers for Nyquil and the chicken alone. Basically the main ones. So in conclusion, I would like to say if you do want to do a challenge like this, you probably shouldn't. Like for example, the Tide Pods as well, people would just eat a soap pod. That's not good in any way. And if you do want to do this, I'd suggest maybe if you want to do Nyquil chicken, just use like turquoise or blue food dye, because that looks more convincing. Because you really shouldn't just risk your health for some internet clout or to be famous temporarily. I mean, these are quick trends that just go on, and the next thing comes out like a week or 2 days later. So it really isn't worth risking 2 days of clout or potentially a few hours of clout just so you can, be famous. You wouldn't want to risk your health for that. It's definitely not worth it. But yeah. I also have a very interesting video which I watched. Most of my sources are actually websites. So, like we said, we have the FDA statement. We have, is Nyquil chicken safe to eat? I found it on poisoncontrol.org. And one of the sources cited within the Nyquil, is Nyquil chicken safe to eat, was a Yahoo page. Yeah, that's also worth checking out. But I also listed the video so you can kind of get a broader spectrum. If you didn't understand anything, feel free to contact me and I can fill you. Thank you for your time.